Hello again everyone. Today is Saturday, November 14th, and welcome to another edition of Shop Talk. My name is Mike, and I'd like to welcome you to my workshop. Well, not a whole lot has been going on out in the workshop this week. I did manage to finish up the cabinet drawer and door pulls as far as putting the plugs in. I went ahead and bit the bullet and ordered the plugs that Nick Ferry recommended, and they worked great. Let me tell you, that is definitely the way to go. They're super easy to install and they look fantastic. So I still have a few more of those pulls to make for my assembly table, but that's a project that's going to have to wait, because I tell you what, my shop is a wreck. Oh, well, in case you've been following me on Instagram, or if you haven't been following me on Instagram, you may not be aware that I've got another shop upgrade. And this is not the upgrade that I've been teasing about in some of my previous videos. This just kind of happened upon me. So what is this beast that I'm standing or sitting next to? Well, this is a Powermatic model 2415-1, and that is a 5 horsepower, it's single phase, 5 horsepower, 24-inch bandsaw from Powermatic. It's a few years old, so it's not their latest model. I picked it up used on Craigslist. I wasn't even in the market for a bandsaw like this, but it was one of those deals that I just absolutely could not pass up. So occasionally deals like that come along, and if you don't move on them when they happen, later I've found in my experience you end up regretting that decision. So I picked this up for really a steal. I felt really bad about the price that I paid, and really good at the same time, if that's possible. That's going to be a future project. I'm going to have to run electrical to this end of the shop because I don't have a 220 volt outlet on this side of the shop, so I'm actually in process of that. You might see the electrical wire hanging from the ceiling over there, and I've got to figure out a neat way to incorporate that into my panel, which is subsurface panel that's behind sheetrock. So that's one project. But this thing is really a beauty. Of course, once I get a chance to fire it up and start using it, I'll have another video showing how well this thing operates. I did manage to see it in operation before I bought it, and so it runs great. I'm really pleased and really proud of the fact that I'm able to own a tool such as this one. I've been using my 14-inch Powermatic bandsaw for a number of years now. It was actually my father's, and I kind of inherited it from him. And Powermatic makes amazing tools. Generally they're out of my price range as far as purchasing new ones. So it's very fortunate that I was able to pick this one up. So since I'm on the subject of shop upgrades, I'm going to take you over to another section of my shop and show you my most recent prior to this shop upgrade. This is the shop upgrade that I was alluding to in previous videos. This is my new Grizzly 8-inch jointer, and the G049X is an upgrade from the G0490 because it comes with the helical cutter head pre-installed, and I am super proud to be able to own this machine. I actually was searching on Craigslist for about a year trying to find a good used jointer, and I just haven't been able to find anything that was worth purchasing. So I finally decided to bite the bullet and buy a new one. I'd seen several of the guys that I follow, or channels that I subscribe to, that own this particular jointer, and it has pretty decent reviews. I know that Grizzly makes some pretty good products. Their quality has definitely been improving over the years, and so I decided to go ahead and pick this up for my shop because I've got some really big mahogany hardwood that I would like to start working with, and I really didn't have a good efficient way to true that lumber up. And so a jointer is just a very handy tool to have. I do have a small bench top model, but I tell you what, trying to push some really wide 8/4, 9/4 and long 8-9 feet long boards through a bench top joiner is just not the way to go. So I haven't even had an opportunity to finish setting this up, and now I had to wrestle this beast of a bandsaw in my shop. So, you know, on one hand, I'm super excited to have these new tools in my shop, but on the other hand, I've got so much work to do. This place is a disaster. If you could just see what it looks like in the rest of my shop, oh my goodness, it is real. You know what? I'll just show you. Okay, so here's the angle that we were just looking at, and let's see, just to my right, what's this? Oh, it's my new workbench. No, that's the box that part of the jointer came in, and it has become a workbench. That is not good. And over here, well, I still don't have adequate sheet goods storage, so I've got a sheet and a half of 3/4 inch plywood that I need to deal with. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. So my assembly table is nowhere to be found. It's amazing that I even have room to assemble part of a toy storage cabinet, and that's about as far as that one has come. If you look just over there, you can just see the bandsaw in the background hiding over in that corner. And let's see, here's the rest of my toy storage components. Here's my beautiful cabinet and drawer pulls and the workbench that really can't be seen. But I'm working on that. I do have one drawer on the end there completely organized, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some of the pictures I've been posting. And here's some more mess over here. Scrap wood storage. Yeah, so that's my shop. It's a good thing we live in hurricane land, because it just looks like a hurricane has struck for sure. So that's it. Not much of a shop tour, but I tell you what, once I get this place cleaned up, I do plan to give you a shop tour. Fact is, because we just moved in here about 7 months ago, I've been in the process of trying to organize my shop, trying to get things in order, at the same time working on different projects that have come up or needed to get done, like the toy storage cabinets. That's a project that is desperately needed, but as you may know, oftentimes things just start popping up, other little projects that take precedent over a project that you're right in the middle of. I really need to finish, desperately need to finish organizing these drawers so that I can get my workbench cleared off here, and I've got other projects that are kind of taking precedent over this. When something comes along like the bandsaw, you just drop everything and you go and address that. So I had to push things around my shop to create a clearing, a landing spot for the bandsaw. So fortunately, my 14-inch bandsaw is on a mobile base, and I was able to just slide it over and move it out of the way. But now it needs to find a new home, as does a lot of things in the shop. But so it goes in the life of a woodworker, who's a part-time woodworker at that, a hobbyist. Life takes precedent, and well, you take what you can get. But I'm not complaining. I'm happy, I'm blessed to have this beautiful workshop, to have all of the space, and I know that one day I will have my dust collection system finished, I'll have my drawers organized and everything neatly stored where it belongs. I'll have my new jointer all set up and ready to go, as well as my new bandsaw. Yeah. Hopefully that day won't be too far along. But hey, thanks for joining me. I hope that that you're enjoying this process that I'm going through, and I'm taking you along with me. I do appreciate all of my subscribers. My channel is slowly growing, and it's just a lot of fun to watch. It's a lot of fun to interact with the viewers. The comments are great. Growing my following on Instagram as well. I don't know if it's just my YouTube subscribers. I've seen some new names, so hopefully some of those will cross over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. But I'm just really enjoying this, really enjoying getting to know some of you on a more personal level. I feel like it's a brotherhood of sorts with all of the folks that I follow and interact with on YouTube, and so it's just a great feeling. So thanks so much for your support. Thank you for all of the comments and the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I mentioned before, I'm not doing this as a career. I love my job. This is just something that I think is fun. It's entertaining for me, and it's a chance for me to kind of give back to a community that I have received so much from. So thank you. If you've not taken the opportunity to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. I would hope that in the near future some of this mess will start to find its way to a neat place, and I'll get back on some projects, as well as some shop upgrades and shop tips and things like that. So, oh yeah, one more thing. It is great to have really good neighbors. My neighbor, I won't mention his name, but he drove with me over another town over to pick up the bandsaw on Friday morning. And when we got back to the shop, well, there wasn't really anyone around to help us unload it. So he and I, amazingly, I still don't know how we were able to do it, but we unloaded that thing by ourselves. I had 3/4 of an inch of clearance above the top of the saw and the opening to the garage door, and we managed to get it in and get it across the floor and in place, just the two of us. And this saw weighs over 1,000 pounds. So definitely want to make friends with your neighbors. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. Now, how do I get out of here? No, can't go that way. Let's try this way. No, dead end there. I guess I could crawl through there. Oh yeah, I think I can squeeze through here. Oh, watch the saw clamp. Yeah. Oh man, this place is a wreck. Whew, it's like a maze. Oh, can't go that way. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Good night, shop. Maybe we'll work on you tomorrow.